Sometimes it's really hard to believe that we are where we are today when you consider where we came from. But then again, we manifested it all. So we thank the Creator for His blessing and also for besties in business. Yo, sit back, relax, and let yourself go with simply Naima and alter ego. These are trying times, so relax your mind. If you need some help, then drop us a line. We create a space where we can have good conversation, family, culture, business, race relations, giving birth to kings and queens. Manifesting wealth and things. 2020 came and tried to give us mad action with no satisfaction, and now we all distracted. But still gotta hold our own, doing big boss shit. Rockin' Nina Simone, a superstar in this compilation. Came to this universe to give you niggas motivation. But you still sleep, you niggas always on a vacation. But he's a creep, and that's the real life translation. You feel me? I don't think they feel you, yo. We gon' get this bread and feed them till they full, yup. We gon' get this bread and plant the seeds that really grow. We do it to build and not for likes or for show. Expand your network, your connections will grow. Thanking the Creator from where all our blessings flow. We are innovators and creators, multifaceted, talented, beautiful queens. Most of all, confident and conquering dreams. Besties, gang gang. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Besties Building Brands podcast. Today, we have a special guest with a very important topic. A lot of people are running their businesses by themselves. They're doing the graphic design, they're doing marketing, they're doing the sales. And sometimes you need to delegate. Sometimes you need to pass off some work to somebody that's better at it than you are. So Crystal's going to introduce our guest, and we're going to get started.
Good evening, everyone. We have Ms. Valerie Brown. She is purpose-focused and multifaceted, a CEO that she defines as a create every opportunity or conquer every obstacle, and also consistently encourage others as she helps build your business while clarifying visions and highlighting purpose. She's been in the entrepreneurial world for 13 years and still standing with more knowledge, more connections, and more information than she would ever have thought before. Welcome.
Hey, Valerie.
Hey, thank you.
So happy to have you on the show. I've been following you for a while now. You are the baby's Facebook auntie. So I was like, let me get her on the show so she can share some knowledge with our network to maybe just help them with motivation, encouragement, and just set them on the right path. So you are a business consultant and strategist. Just before we get started learning about you, we do want to play our little icebreaker game where we do our lightning round of questions. So you and Crystal, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Ariel or Jasmine?
Jasmine.
I don't
Favorite season?
You said favorite season?
Mm-hmm.
Spring.
Oh.
Godfather or Star Wars?
Godfather.
Paper or plastic?
Paper.
Do you ask for permission or forgiveness?
Forgiveness.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Invisibility or super strength?
Invisibility.
Liquor or wine?
Liquor.
Depends on the mood, but I'm gonna say liquor.
Cosby or A Different World?
Cosby.
Fresh Prince or Martin?
Martin.
Yeah, Martin.
Okay, cool. Everybody has to answer Martin, or else I end the show. Like, if you don't say Martin, like, that's it. All right. So let's get started. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you started your business.
Well, I've been in the game for 13 years, and I started my business after my mom passed away in 2006. And a year later, I started my business in 2007 because I was used to being a caregiver, not only to her, but some other family members. And I found myself with a lot of time on my hands. And I wanted to do something for me, but I kind of felt selfish about it too, in a weird kind of way. Um, but really starting my business because I was kind of pushed into it. I was very good at what I did administratively and in volunteer organizations that I was in. So I was doing event planning and graphic design. And then one of my friends was like, you should coordinate and plan our wedding. And I was like, what? I did that. I was good at it too. I started in event planning and wedding planning and coordinating. And then I was still doing the graphic and web design. So I was basically your one-stop shop. You mean for everything about your wedding. So I started doing that, and then I lost the passion for it because that's a lot. Planning events is a lot. So I laid that down and I continued on with my graphic and web design. And then people started coming to me saying, Valerie, I want to start a business too. How did you do this? Because understand, I didn't have anybody to help me when I first started.
Right.
And Google was not then what it is now. So basically, I was on my own. I wasn't surrounded by entrepreneurs growing up. So I had to find out a lot of information on my own. So I started helping other people. And then one day I was like, hold on. I can monetize this thing.
Right.
So then I started coaching and consulting. And in 2018, so I did all of that under one umbrella, Vision by Design. And I still own that. It's evolving into a design agency. But in 2018, I wanted to separate my coaching and consulting out from that. And I created Brown Table Consulting. So even though that company in existence is new, I'm not new to this. I've been doing this for 13 years.
Okay. And do you have anybody that inspires you? When you're hitting a rough patch, like everybody does at some point in business, like who do you look to for inspiration?
I look at so many different people. I teach others never look outside of yourself for motivation. Because if I can't talk to Valerie and get Valerie about the bed and get Valerie to do certain things, then what good am I? So of course, I'm not saying at all that you can't look to other people and that you can't be impressed with the things that they do. But I really try to encourage myself.
Okay, that's good. And so, like, just a little bit more about yourself. Did you have any siblings, or are you the only child?
I have an older sister. It's just me and her. I'm baby girl.
Oh, okay. Is she an entrepreneur also, or?
No, she's not. She's currently a teacher. She's looking to go into entrepreneurship, so I'm just waiting on her.
Okay, yeah. I mean, she has you. She should be out there hustling, getting it together.
Yeah, look in the camera and tell her so I can tell her to look at her.
Okay. And what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be three things. I wanted to be a teacher, a pediatrician, and a lawyer.
I feel like everybody wanted to be a teacher or a lawyer when they grew up.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of all that, like they pushed that on you, or a possible doctor, maybe.
Right.
And so, well, Crystal, do you have any questions? Because I got a million of them.
When you said you were first starting out and Google wasn't there, what was there? Because I know when us seasoned ladies, I was asking Jeeves. Did you have Ask Jeeves?
Yeah, I don't remember that. No, I've heard of it, but I don't remember it.
Whew, I went even more seasoned. I got some paprika in there.
Jeeves, was that like during the AOL times? We had the AOL. I feel like it was around that time.
But what was out there for you? Because, a lot of the new entrepreneurs and the newer ones, when I say new, we're talking like under 30. That's all they know is Google. Google was my mentor. I Googled this. I Googled that. But for those of us who have been in the game, who are seasoned upon season, what was out there for you so we can get so the younger entrepreneurs can understand where we're coming from with this knowledge?
I mean, there were certain things on the search engine, whatever it was, because I was AOL back then. I still have my AOL address too. Don't clown me. I don't use it, but I still have it. But so there were things on the internet that I could research, but it was more so about books, and then who is it that I'm talking to? So more so books and magazines, and then just seeing what was out
Mhm.
there, just talking to people.
So and probably like a lot of trial and error
Yeah,
to just throwing stuff out there and seeing what sticks.
definitely.
What would you say was your biggest failure?
My biggest failure. Ooh, y'all come to ask the hard questions. Um,
Right, because we talk about successes all day, and everyone knows. Well, not say everybody knows, but everyone expects a success story
Yeah.
and expects to hear the big successes, but not a lot of talk, and not a lot of people are actually talking or acknowledging the losses. Some talk about the small loss. Oh, yeah, I lost a little bit, but there's also been some major losses too.
Yeah.
So the losses are always. I like to leave with the losses too.
Yeah. I would, I mean, I failed so many times. It's like,
Mhm. Yeah.
so it's hard to pinpoint like the biggest failure. So I don't want to sit here and make it sound like that I didn't have any. It's just that I try to push past them. Um, I would have to say not really pursuing it the way I should have when I first started.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know that sounds crazy. It sounds contradictory because I didn't have the resources or the help, but I found it. But really paying attention more, to what is it that I could have done to succeed quicker. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it does.
You
Yeah.
know, really push through instead of taking some things for granted.
So that failure actually was your learning lesson
Mhm.
to do things differently.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what stood out to me in your bio? We didn't have a chance to read the whole thing, but um
It wasn't that long, Felicia. Stop playing.
no, it was long.
It was long.
But right now, I was just having this conversation. Everybody leads with, I can help you make $100,000 in 90 days. $200 million in 45 days. Like everybody is leading with that. That's what the business coaches are saying. And you straight up were like, listen, I can't promise you you're going to make this, but I can tell you that I'm going to give you the information and the resources, and I'm going to, put you on the right path. And that's real, because right now, especially with this whole Clubhouse epidemic, you're seeing people on there are getting scammed. All these people that you thought were millionaires are being exposed. So you're a millionaire, and all of your courses are teaching people how to be a millionaire like you, and you really only have $7.14 in your bank account. Like, come on, make it make sense. So I respect that a lot. I definitely want to point that out, because I need people to know that if you're looking for a coach and you're looking for a consultant, if they're leading with the money, you might want to be a little leery about that. If their whole thing is about, how you want to make 6-7 figures, like, can you make $500 consistently a month?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're trying to make $1 million, but you haven't even made a consistent, $20 a week in your business. So, I respect that. Did you have any comments on that? Because I'm seeing that a lot, and it's not too many people speaking up on it, but I think it's crazy.
Yeah, I totally despise the message of just start, just start, just start. You have to start with the right foundation. And a lot of people come to me for coaching who don't have the right foundation laid. They don't even know their core values and guiding principles. They don't even have the basic formal legal stuff set up.
Mm-hmm.
And but I mean, if you want to sell plates out your house, fine. Can you get you a college license to do that?
Please.
Do it right. Do it right the first time. So there are a lot of people out here just creating. Now they come to me because they're overwhelmed and they're not making money. And you're looking at these people who are quoting that they're making 7-8 figures. Is that revenue or profit? Are they talking to you about their expenses? Are they talking to you about taxes? Are they talking to you about what they saving? So anybody who's telling you that you can have a 7-8 figure business needs to also tell you how to keep that money, but they don't know it themselves. So definitely, let's start with the 3, 4, 5 figures first.
And everything, I think, is all about influence now, like people or perceived influence. If they feel like, you have all this influence because you have 1 million followers, then they are more prone to follow you. And that's how they're getting scammed. because you're looking at the number of people that are following this movement. And what we do in Besties, we try to promote networking across. Like, it's nothing wrong with you wanting to, you know, be on the team with the $1 million earners, but we try to leverage each other's businesses and support each other. Group economics, collective work, that's what our mission is. So you're a business consultant, for example. Crystal does business consultations for our marketing agency, which is our for-profit business. I don't see a problem with having you on the show. I don't see a problem with spreading the love. We can't talk to everybody. You can't talk to everybody. It's all about networking across and using the people that are with you, and then you all grow together, and your businesses grow together.
And you know who knows who. I know millionaires with 200 followers.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even pay that any attention. Mm-hmm. My Instagram, I make good money, but my Instagram got 355 followers because I don't work it. I just simply don't be on there. I'm going to do better. So we cannot always look at who followed you. I'm not looking at who's following you. I'm looking at how you lead.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna ask you, what's the best compliment you've ever received?
A referral.
Say that again. Say it again for people in the back.
The best compliment is a referral. But part two of that is one of the greatest things that people say to me is that how much I keep it real, just like you already stated earlier. I keep it real. I tell the truth. I don't know no other way. And I'm so tired of people hyping up people with lies and charging them outrageous amount of money, and they're not even, you know, prospering or being successful or being told basic stuff.
Right. I think that's the part that's missing, the actual transformation. Like, you start a course, you get them in your sales funnel, that's what you did, however you did it. But the transformation part is always missing. That's why you find people taking class after class after class and buying ebook after ebook, and you're getting all these freebies, but there's no real transformation, you know, at the end. So I just do want to talk about the actual topic, which is, you know, what should you do yourself in your business, and what should you try to hire out for, especially when you're just starting out. A lot of the people in our group, we call them, well, Crystal coined them, micro businesses. So we're talking about people who may make less than $1,000 a month, if that, in their business consistently. And so they really can't afford to, you know, outsource or, you know, certain tasks. So they're doing everything. They're getting overwhelmed. What tasks do you think they absolutely positively should look outside of themselves to do, and what do you think that they could do themselves just to save some time and money? So,
I mean, I truly believe sometimes when we start in business for ourselves, we doing everything by ourselves and for ourselves. I firmly believe in the quote, work your strengths and hire your weaknesses. So if you know that you know that you know you are not necessarily good at something, don't do it. Now, okay, Valerie, I don't have the money for it. Okay, so let's just take graphic design, for example. Now, I'm a graphic and web designer. That doesn't mean that I can't outsource that. It's not, but I can do it quicker than I would, you know, trying to go through somebody else. But there's so many free apps and software programs out here. So, okay, let's just take Canva, because everybody say Canva is vague. But there are other things in Canva. There's Relay That, there's Over, there's Crello. There's so many different other options that you can use. All I say is stick to the template. Okay, people, stick to the template, because you can make a template look crazy. The thing about Canva is that a graphic designer is the one who did the template. So all you got to do is find something that, if you don't know what colors go together, get on the internet and search color palettes, and they'll put it together for you. Or, you know, don't make it look janky, because I've seen people just stack up templates and it look horrible. So if you don't know the basics, then just stick to the template, do that. When it comes to things like financially, well, let me back up a little bit. So even when it comes to like, okay, I want to form an LLC, you can get on your Secretary of State's website and do that yourself. It takes 10 minutes, depending on your state. And please let me disclaim, Let me make this disclaimer. I am not here to give legal, financial, medical, no kind of advice. I don't know all that. I'm not in those fields, but I also know what works. There, you can actually do trademarks yourself. All my lawyer friends who are watching this, I'm sorry, don't kill me. But I also have several attorney friends who offer that in their program. They have, as part of their business, they have courses that teach you how to do your trademark yourself. When it comes to accounting, I always recommend to people, go get all the free stuff. You know, we talk about, oh, ain't nobody downloading the freebies. Yes, they are. Are they reading them and implementing them? Maybe not, but just at least go download them, especially when you first start and get this stuff. Get with a CPA, a certified public accountant, somebody who can give you a free consultation. These are the things that you need to keep track of when you first start your business, for your expenses, for your taxes, or whatever. You may not utilize their services, but at least you have a checklist of what you can use. Go to the SBA website. Go to the IRS website. There is absolutely no excuse with Google. So you've got all these free accounting apps. You've got Wave, you've got FreshBooks, you got QuickBooks, you got all this stuff. So many resources that you can. But I just do stress that if you don't know how to do it, sometimes we could spend so much time learning how to do it that we wasting time not doing our business.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna work in our business or on our business. So, you know, again, work your strengths and hire your weaknesses. And sometimes if you don't know social media, if you don't know video or whatever, talk to your kids. Talk to your kids' friends. It's no excuse.
Yeah.
They know that stuff better than we do. So there's I say all that to say there's so many people that you can ask, and a lot of people are scared to ask, thinking they're gonna send you. I gotta send them an invoice. I gotta do it. Just look for the right people. I don't turn people away like that. You know, it's probably not gonna be helpful, but again, there's a lot of free resources out there. Don't just stress yourself out.
Right. And we offer a lot of free advice in our group too. I mean, basically what I hear you saying is just, you know, research, take some time to look through and implement, because a lot of people do spend a lot of time gathering all this information, and they aren't taking time to actually work on the business or in their business. They're just gathering information. And, you know, part of the reason why I want to talk about this is because I feel like you spend so much time learning how to do marketing or learning how to do this, or how can I create a post that's going to be engaging, and then you're taking away from what you're actually doing. So if I make t-shirts, I'm spending so much time doing all this other stuff, but I'm not actually working on my actual craft. And then, you know, I've heard people say sometimes like, well, if you can't afford to do X, Y, Z, then you shouldn't be in business. And I don't know how I feel about that. Did you have any comments on that topic? You know, like I don't think that it's necessarily, if you can't afford to pay somebody to be your social media manager, you shouldn't be in business. But I do think there's a level of investment that goes into it when you want to start a business.
My thing is, if you can't afford the time it takes to do your business, you shouldn't be in business, because we can always find money. Okay, we can sacrifice. We can stop eating out. We can stop buying clothes and shoes. We can stop. There's so many things that we can stop, and it's not about. It's just about sacrifice and investment, because you may not be able to afford something, but then what is it costing you to learn it? So, for example, let's go back to graphic design. You can learn Canva real quick, but why are you spending the time learning Photoshop? Photoshop, I've been working Photoshop for 15 years, and I still learn stuff now. But it's such an intense program. Why are you doing that when you can just use the app over and get your social media done? So it's not about hiring that social media manager. It's like, am I going to take 4 hours on a Saturday and create my content for 1 or 2 weeks or 30 days? What am I going to sacrifice? Am I going to sacrifice a couple hours of sleep? Now, and I'm not team no sleep. I'm not all about all grind and hustle and no sleep. Don't get me wrong. But there are some times where it calls for late nights, early mornings. So use wisdom, be smart, but we can always find you money. And it ain't about taking out no loan or putting on a credit card. Get your product done so you can make the money.
Right.
Reinvest into your business.
What's the best resource that's helped you along the way?
What is the best resource?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Y'all keep asking me these questions. I don't mean to be difficult. I just don't like those questions like what's your favorite? I don't have favorites or nothing. I like everything. um, the best resource, I guess I would just have to say books. I love to read. Please don't ask me no titles right now, but I love to read. Um,
So books, that's a resource. So you find that books have helped you, along the way. Some people might say, they have a mentor, they might have a coach, it might be Google, it might be YouTube. So
yeah, and definitely mentor. I've always had mentors. And so always having someone to support, and lean on, and vent to or whatever is crucial.
Okay. So what does the future hold for Brown Table Consulting?
Well, ironic you asked. I'm actually in the midst of revamping some things. I haven't publicly announced that, but I'll do it now. I'm actually rebranding.
Okay.
One, I need to change my color palette. It's because of where I'm going. And then I've always been about the basics and foundations, but there are certain programs I'm going to be offering. There's actually coming up this first quarter, I'm going to be offering a foundations program where, as I alluded to earlier, we talk about your core values, your guiding principles, things that you didn't do when you first started. We're going to lay out all of that stuff and get that done. So, and I'll still be doing I still do one-on-one coaching. I don't offer group coaching. The only group program I have is my accountability program that I have this year. It's called Driven, but I still do one-on-one coaching because I find I thrive better in that environment and the people who come to me thrive better.
Okay. Crystal, did you have any other questions?
So your rebranding, I always find rebranding amazing only because I am a creature of habit, which can be a blessing and a curse depending on how you look at it. What because I know you stated that you're going in a different direction. So that different direction is leading it to you for as far as your color palette to rebranding, or what brought about your rebranding period? Like you've been there for a while and it's time for a change, or the way the world is going and you need to, adapt with it?
All of that. I actually, because I started that in 2018, and I am one as a graphic and web designer to tell people, please do not be switching up your branding every couple of years. You need to show some consistency. You need to show people that you can be trusted. But those colors just don't. And your brand is not just your color palette. I don't want nobody to get me wrong, but it is part of the representation of me. And the colors just don't go anymore. It was orange, brown, and teal or whatever. I'm going darker because of my bold personality and about the basics and going back to simplicity. And because of the more serious and corporate like things that I'll be doing, I need to switch up my look.
Okay.
So I'm excited about it. It's going to look good.
I'm excited too. I can't wait to see it.
I want to see it too. Let me look at it.
Rebranding is always interesting to me because you have people like, how do you keep or is it I'm rebranding so all the people that are already following you or in your niche or your tribe or whatever you want to call it, you no longer are catering to those people, or those people are still going to follow you, but now you're looking to add a different type of group? Like, is it two group of the people that you're looking for now?
Well, right. I hope they still stay. I'm still going to be the same Val. It's just primarily the look. And just some personal things about, that I'm doing in the business. And I'm sorry, I can't reveal too much, but it's coming. But just some personal things that are coming, that are upcoming. It needs to change. So it will be the new and the old. So it's my palette has always been gender neutral, because I work with both men and women. But yeah, I want to be more bold, and it just speaks to me. I feel better about it.
Okay. That's exciting. So we asked if you had a billboard about your life, what would the billboard say?
What would a billboard about my whole life?
Like to sum up your life and your experiences, personal and business, like what would the billboard say?
She did it her way.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
P.S. She ain't like you anyway. No, I'm just playing. You seen that meme that talk about somebody stand up at her funeral and say she ain't even like you. No,
Right?
I'm just playing.
That's probably what my billboard would say. She ain't even like you for real. So tell people how they can find you, and just talk a little bit more about just the different services that you offer one more time for the people who are just listening to us.
So you can find me, the caller at the bottom, browntable.biz. You can also find me, Browntable Biz, on Instagram. And it's not on Twitter. I think my personal is on Twitter. But I offer one-on-one business coach consulting. I call myself a coach and a consultant. So I combine the words as a coach consultant, because a consultant tells you what to do and a coach shows you how to do it. So I do both of those things. I also have, and it's not too late to join. Anybody who wants to join my 2021 accountability program, it's for business owners and entrepreneurs. It's called Driven. It's a year-long program, and it's $97 a month, and you get basically unlimited access to me. You get a free, well, it's not free, but it's part of your $97 a month. You get a session with me each month. You get support from the other entrepreneurs in the private Facebook group, and basically unlimited access to me that way also. But it's basically just holding you accountable to your goals and your vision. And I also have some affirmation cards. If you go to my website, or you can go to browntablecollection.com, it's called Full Circle Affirmation Cards for business owners and entrepreneurs. And they're round affirmation cards, because what goes around comes around. And so how you start your day is how I want you to end your day. So I want you to pick up an affirmation card every morning, read it, see how your day gravitates towards that affirmation, come back home and read it and be like, yeah. So anything that is encouraging to business owners and entrepreneurs, that's what that's about. And I got more things to come after I rebrand that I can't tell y'all yet.
Just launching with the rebrand. We're excited.
Right. Well, thank you. I am too.
Okay, I think this will conclude our episode. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you so much. And this episode was brought to you by Go Beautiful Tea. You can buy Go Beautiful Tea at www.gobeautiful.com. The tea has 4 amazing flavors. So after a long day at work, stressful day with the kids, you want to sip some tea that will fill you up on the inside, soothe you, and also keep your skin nice and lovely. There are 4 flavors. There are lemon with rosehip, pineapple balsam, orange and jasmine flower, Nahami melon and lemon. It also comes with this own little steaming cup that has the colander inside of it. Shop today. Ease your way.
That was awesome. Make sure you grab this tea, gobeautiful.com with 2 L's. You can find us on Facebook, DBA Besties in Business. And our group is Besties Building Brands, and it says /Besties in Business. Right now we're asking for $1 a month donation or $12 for the year, just to support our initiative. Besties is a nonprofit. So we're doing giveaways. We just gave away a free website. We're going to be giving away laptops, vlogging cameras. So the $12 is really just to show that you are for the mission of group economics. We've given away a lot of free information, tips, and we've helped a lot of business owners make a lot of money. So we just want to make sure that everybody is in line with the vision, and that they're not just out for self. So that's what the $1 donation is. That's why it's such a minimal donation, because I feel like if you can't pay $1 to support a group of women and men who have supported you, then you're not really for the cause. So we're just really trying to narrow it down to people who really understand group economics, who really understand the importance of working together for the good of the whole. So thank you again for Valerie for being a guest. We had an awesome time. Make sure you go to broundtable.biz.
Can I say one more thing?
Of
I'm
course.
so impressed by what you just said. So what I want to do is gift someone in your community a box of my affirmation cards.
Wow.
So if you will
you.
choose someone and
Okay.
then just give me their name and address, and I'll send them to them.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, yeah, so we usually do raffles, but I think I'll pick someone from our top contributors. That would really help. We talk about affirmations all the time.
Well, good.
So that's awesome. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Are you in the group? I think I have to invite you to the group.
Well, I'm going to get in there so I can get some free stuff too.
Yeah, give us some information to get you some customers. Like the whole point is we all need to make money. We all make money, and then you give back. You move a step forward, you bring somebody with you. That's the whole goal.
That's right.
So thank you.
Thank you.
And have a good evening.
Too.
Bye.
Bye.